Soumya will be live with us very soon. So guys, I'm one of the co-founders of One Life, and One Life as an initiative we have started last year in order to help people who are undergoing problems in their life related to mental illness, stress, depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, and other kinds of mental health problems. So kindly be with us, and Soumya is going to join us live, and we'll be starting our session soon. So the viewers who are watching us live right now, kindly stay tuned. And I'm really sorry for sweating because it's really hot over here, and so stay tuned. Hi Soumya.
Hi.
Good evening.
Hi. Good evening.
How are you?
How are you? Hope you're keeping safe.
I'm good. So I believe you're staying safe during COVID times, and I hope that you are mentally stable as well.
That's actually an important thing which we should be like sensible about. It's just the mental thing. Rest in lockdown,
Absolutely.
everything is just the same. It's like the older routine, except the mental
Absolutely.
thing which we want to talk about. So yeah.
True. Absolutely. So Soumya, before we start, I would like you to give a small introduction about yourself, so that the viewers who are watching us they can know that about you, right?
Okay. So starting with it, hi guys. Hello everyone. I'm Soumya Singh. Talking about me, what I've done, what I'm doing, that just stays as a part. But I'm basically a dreamer. I have done anything and everything that I felt like doing, taking it to a aim or to a vertical, and then deciding to continue. That is how I claim to have led my life up till now. So basically, I'm a software engineer right now. Yeah, I am a software engineer, and apart from it, I'm a model. But talking about me myself, what am I from inner side and what I want to be from outside is just acting. I am like Soumya is completely about acting. So that's it. That's all about me. I guess enough. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you, Soumya, for joining us today, and we are really thankful to you for being our guest for today. And as you know that we have already discussed about today, we are going to talk about mental health. So my first question to you would be, what according to you is mental health, and why do you think it is important to discuss about?
Okay. So, someone, I would say mental health is something that's quite sensible. Okay, it cannot be, we
Mm-hmm.
cannot just overdo this mental thing, mental health thing, because if you see it from outside, it is just an illness. Okay, just an illness. How you go down with cold, fever, something like that. So, but nowadays, people are trending it to be an identity. I have heard people saying, "I am
Mm-hmm.
a I am depressed." Okay, we say
Right.
I'm a girl, model, I'm an actor. What makes you give bipolar an identity of describing yourself, right? I have a
Mm-hmm.
bipolar should be a thing. I am a bipolar is wrong. You're giving the sole right to that illness as of your identity, a constitution of who you are. So basically, talking
True.
about mental primary terms, I would say mental health is something. It's a it's a feeling when you suddenly feel loss of interest of everything which once seemed so enjoyable to you. So basically, you lose
True.
the worth. You basically lose the self worth, and you
Mm-hmm.
get changes. There's always a change in mood. You feel like doing that. Ultimately, at the same time, you hate doing that and feel like doing that. So this is depression according to me. This is how I describe my depression. So it would
Okay.
vary. If you talk to somebody, maybe they would add some more symptoms to it. So it is as descriptive as many people's experiences. I cannot solely
Mm-hmm.
describe depression.
Okay. So, when it comes to mental health, you might have heard that in India people don't talk about it because we feel over here it's a it's a taboo, it's a stigma, and we should not be talking about it. And when people talk about mental health, people think pagal hota hai, right? He or she is a mad person. So that's the reason we avoid mostly discussing about these kind of topics. But since last couple of years down the line, we have seen a really hike when it comes to mental illness, the problems, the suicidal ratio in India. So it has really increased a lot. According to WHO, we have seen that India is one of the most depressed country in the world. So my question to you, are we so depressed? Are we not so happy in the life? What's going on? We talk about we are a
Yes,
developed country, but are we so depressed and stressed?
I would say we're not that depressed how we are claiming it to be. It's more like if I give an example, okay? So it's more like
Hmm.
I'm a student. I was supposed to get my results today. I got less percentage, say 56%. I have a real life example today. Day before yesterday, I met with my neighbor's kid, and he just got his some results out. Okay, he was a small guy, and I heard him saying, "Ki I'm so depressed because I did not get my result good." And I was like, "What make you claim this word?" Once when I was in class 5 or 6, I was not known to this terminology at all. That is because
True.
I would say these days people say India is a depressed country or we have so many cases, so many depression cases only because we are equalizing all kinds of up. If we are upset, if we are low about things, if we are unhappy, we are equalizing itself on our own terms that we are depressed. We have some
Hmm.
illness. If you are We are human, we are bound to have so many feelings, so many senses. That does not
True.
mean we can illness to all these senses that we have. I can be low about times, I can also feel high about it. Why are we not coining high with an illness? If I'm so happy, I can call myself I might have got bhoot ka attack or something, and that's why I'm so. We don't do it, right?
True.
So again, if we are
Right.
sad about things, why are we terming it with a word called depression? Dude, depression is a big, big, big word. Go and ask people who have faced
True.
it. Tell you what depression calls for.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'll tell you a basic differentiation between what is depression, stress, and anxiety. So normally what happens when a person is mostly overthinking or assuming about their past, so mostly they are into depression or anxiety. Okay. But when a person is mostly thinking about the future, they have anxiety problems. For example, a student who is about to get his or her, marks or results, so they have a anxiety. They are so anxious about their results. Sometimes they don't sleep. It happened with me as well during my board exams. It may happen about when you are going for an interview and people get really they have that much of an anxiousness inside them that sometimes they get panic over them, and due to panic they don't even appear their interview properly. It happens. I've seen it. Okay. People get nervous. Now why does nervousness comes because of your anxiety issues, right? So getting hyper, it's sometimes it is good because see, as you correctly said that being a human we have lots of emotions and feelings, right? And that point in time we cannot incline towards one kind of feelings or one particularly for one kind of emotion. Exactly that point in time, we need to understand we are humans, we should respect our emotions and feelings, and simultaneously we should have to understand to respect others' feelings, right?
True, true, true,
So my next,
true.
yeah. So my next question to you, Soumya, would be: have you ever faced any kind of situation wherein you felt depressed or stressed or anxiety, and what did you do to overcome from that situation? Either you have done it by yourself totally, or you have taken any kind of help, maybe from your friends, maybe from your family, or maybe from any expert.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Yeah, that's very true. I again like I said, we do not have a proper definition for what depression is. Okay, so I cannot say if
Hmm.
I was in depression or if I had depression then, but I can say it was some subnormal feeling which normally I never used to have. So I'll just tell you
True.
about that feeling which made me feel very sick of myself. I, being a very talkative and happy girl, so I was at a very low stage of my life. It was back then in 2014 when I was all the time quite a much academic kind of a girl, all extra glamour was not known to me then. So in
Okay.
the year 2014, I had faced an accident. It was quite fatal to be claimed in words. So yeah, I faced an accident, and then that accident made me realize what the world is, what the life is, and who are yours. So these were the three things I got very clear about after my accident. So I'll tell you that accident was so fatal. I was in coma. I survived some insane phase of my life when people used to call me pagal, like you said, कि डिप्रेशन में भी जो पेशेंट होते हैं उनको भी हम पागल बोलते हैं. So this also has
True.
happened with me when I had that stigma of fearing, and then I had the stigma of fearing people because all the time they used to judge me because I used to talk rubbish. This was not what I was talking. This was what my mind was construed with. So
Right.
that was a phase. And, I was brutally injured. All my face and everything, my hand and the body itself was broken. And there were some emotional aspects related to it. I cannot talk it in live, but yeah, I was broken in all the edges, emotionally, physically, mentally, to all the edges. I was completely broken. And then I missed my college. Said that I was an academic girl and I missed my college semester. So it was again a boom to me. And then finally, after some months, okay, reaching where I realized I was so skeptic about talking with people. I was like, all the time I used to talk to people, I saw their eyes looking at the scars I had on my face. The scars I had on my nose, my faces, my hand still has got that scar. So all the time I used to see people looking at my scars, not on me, okay? And with that sympathetic facial approach, they used to be like this, like galat hua hai, Bhagwan and stuff, okay? And then that was a down phase when I got so scared about my own self that I am not good for the world that I started isolating myself. This is the biggest, I would say, the drop of when you start isolating yourself because if you do that, you're down.
True.
I did that. I started isolating myself because I was so scared because I was not Soumya what I used to be. I was not loved by people like how I used to be earlier. There were many things altogether. I remember a day when I went to my class, and that was very important because I went to class and I got some weird thoughts and I cried. I came back to my hostel and I felt like I'm not getting a place where I have nobody around. I wanted to be alone. I was not getting any place, okay? That was the time when I thought what it feels like when you think of losing life, okay? What is that thought which comes to your mind and you feel like it's better I lose my life, okay? It's no worth living for. I have faced that kind of a thought. So I know depression is a big word. So I
Right.
feel and I got a call from one of my friends who was very close. I chose not to pick the call, okay? And all of a sudden, I just realized, okay, looking for my photos of my past days photo when I was good. I suddenly realized what such a big transformation has happened in my life. I couldn't realize what am I doing now. Like, क्या हो गया है ये? I'm not scared of talking to people. I'm not scared of getting myself ready and going out because I thought that every day people will look at my scars and they will talk about things because I couldn't recall that accident day till now. So every time I was the gossip in circle, I hated that. I never wanted to be gossiped about in that way. Ki bichari. That thing, I hated. So again, I realized that I have changed myself. I'm pushing myself to a drop. There was a society in our college which went for modeling, okay? I suddenly thought, what is the one thing which I feel I cannot regain? And that one thing was my confidence. As soon as I
Okay.
realized that I cannot gain back my confidence, I immediately went for joining the modeling society. Okay? Because if
Okay.
you are doing modeling, the only thing which you must have in you is confidence. Confidence of facing the crowd,
True.
confidence of posing, confidence of clearing all your backs and working as a still. Right. I realized that. I joined modeling. Whenever I used to go for, and I remember I used to sit on the stairs and not go with the crowd, okay? I was like,
Mm-hmm.
there was sides of me. One was this down, second was reminding me of who I was earlier. What would I have done if
Okay.
I was in my earlier? So I was pushing myself for that. Whenever I used to sit on stairs alone, I was like, पहले क्या तुम ये करती? The old girl, would she do the same thing? And then I used to push myself, go for it, go for it. So back then I realized modeling was something. I started doing modeling. I started hosting shows. So for to an audience of 10,000 till 30,000 K, I've hosted on a one go. And that was the time when I realized I felt so happy about myself that I got what I lost long back, the confidence. Now I flaunt my scars,
Right.
never put foundation or anything on this. If you see any of my photo shoot or any of my videos, I have never covered any of my scars. It is still there with me because this is what I am now. This has given me the identity which I have. So that was a phase in me. So that's why I say people, still I would not say that I have faced a depression. Having said that, there were so many cases involved. So don't say a primary mood swing should not be related with depression. Don't say that. That's a big word. That's a big
Absolutely.
word.
Absolutely. So, thank you, Soumya, so much for sharing your personal experience and how you overcome. So, from your entire story, I'll just pick the gist from it. So, it's a basic tendency of human nature is we don't show empathize, we show sympathize. We sympathize people. Number one. Second is, and this is not only from your story, it may be from anyone else's story. The second point which I observed is generally what happens, people talk about the negative things than the positive things. When you talk about your scars, people were talking about your scars, and you were the you were the hot topic in your college or on your campus, and we were talking about your fractures, the scars, and everything. So we don't see the goodness in people. The basic tendency of humans, it's really sad to say this, but it's a fact. We generally talk about problems than solutions. We see majorly we see the destruction, then we see the invention. So I always talk about invention and about the destruction. So every second there is a destruction going on in this world. At the same time, every second there is an invention going on in this world. But the question is, how many of us are talking about inventions and how many of us talking about the destructions? It entirely depends on our mindset. So a mindset is something which we can change through regular practice and regular training. We have to train your mind. That's so simple. So Soumya, my next question. So being a model, you have been through lots of things. You have struggled a lot. You have achieved whatever you achieved right now, your desires, dreams, whatever. So presently, when you see, when you look at your past, what have you achieved in a positive way?
I would say I was always the immature child of the family, okay? The over pampered, immature child of the family. So, having
Mm-hmm.
said that, when I look back to my past, I realized one thing that I would not say I've gained maturity. I would not say I'm still a mature child, but I have gained an experience which even I did not imagine to have overcome. But I did, and I'm so that. So if I look back see, at this age, you can call it tender, you can call it an average. At this age, I can say I have a bulk of experiences of all the ground. I have been with people,
Right.
I have been with a circle that people watch up to and they admire. Right from the top circle to the bottom, I have seen all of them all together. I have been in a I have been in a piss off scenario where I felt so disgusting. I felt like slapping the person. I did not. I chose to walk out. So this is always the बोलते हैं ना, this is always the दिमाग का खेल. If you are upset,
Right.
it is there which you are decoding as I am upset. Some of my smart kids might decode it as I am depressed, which they are not, certainly not. So this is all about decoding things. If you know you are down about a thing, talk to people. If not about the particular thing which you are upset about, talk about any other thing. Just try to distract your mind. I remember a dialogue from Three. just जो बोलते हैं ना कि दिल बहुत डरपोक है, इसको आप फुसला के रखो. That kind of a thing. It is actually we get scared if we feel something is not happening in how we planned it to be. We get scared. Shit, क्या होगा? So उसे समझा दे, dude कुछ होगा नहीं. It's like ठीक है, we will handle it out. Let's see now. Let's experience. I guess I'm
Right.
very proud of the thing that I've faced, and I have the only thing which I'm very proud of myself is I have learned this complete architecture of mind about how it functions and what not. What power does our
Okay.
mind have? So right from dreaming things to turning the things in reality, it's all the mind call, and I've seen it in myself. There have been so many times when I've dreamt of something on a persistent basis, and the plethora resulted into a reality. So I've seen
Absolutely.
it. I've coming things. So I've learned the mind power, and I wouldn't have learned it had this incident not have happened in my life. So I'm glad this incident happened. So to all the drops you have in your life now, there will be a 3 years jump after which you'll turn back and see साला ये नहीं होता तब तो मैं ऐसा बन ही नहीं पाता. So that kind of thing will always be in your life, and that is why we have a life with beats, ups and downs. That is how it will go.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for this beautiful statement. अभी मैं आपको आप जो बोले, I'm just going to repeat couple of things and I'll tell you. Number one, Three Idiots का जो dialogue था, वहाँ पे the best part is confuse your mind. It's your heart or mind. The mind are of two types. One is conscious, one is subconscious. So we need to confuse our subconscious mind that even if it is a bad day, always say it's a good day. It's a good day. It's a good day. So what is going to happen once your subconscious mind accepts it? It is going to manifest. It will convert a bad day into a good day.
Agreed.
And that happens.
Agreed.
It happens. That is the law of nature. That is law of attraction. That is everything. That's universe. See, life is very simple. We confuse it. We manipulate it. So, सबसे simple सा, I'll give you a very simple logic. Mostly what we humans do, we think something, we talk something, we do something else. So there is no synchronization between what we think, talk and do in action. And then we talk about कि यार मेरी लाइफ तो सिंपल है ही नहीं. अब complicated चीजें हम खुद करते हैं, and then we talk about our life is not simple. It can never be simple if you don't have any synchronization between what you think, talk and do. Simple. Coming back to your next point, everything happens for a good reason. So you beautifully told about that whatever happened in your past, if wouldn't it been happened, might not be you in this position, right?
True. 100%.
So जो भी होता है अच्छे के लिए होता है. अगर वो अच्छा नहीं होता तो आज आप जो भी हो वो भी नहीं होते. आप हो, मैं कोई भी हो, whatever. Every there's we call it hurdle race. So life is a hurdle race. You run, you take the hurdle, you jump over the hurdle. So when you see a hurdle, you don't stop. We jump over it, right? अगर आप उसे रुक के देखोगे, फिर आप देखते रहोगे, आप कभी उसे overcome नहीं कर पाओगे. So life is all about a hurdle. And mental health, I would say that mental health is one of the key factors in every human's life. Once you understand your mental stability, I always talk about mental stability. So if you're not mentally stable, you cannot pursue a happy and a healthy life. That is so simple. So Soumya, I would like to ask my last question to you would be, we have seen a couple of suicides during this pandemic, COVID-19. There are lots of actors, there are lots of celebrities who have committed suicide. There are a couple of people, laymen who have been, committing suicides. They are under very stress, depression, anxiety due to COVID-19 because nobody knows what is going to be the situation post-COVID or how many days it is going to take for this situation to get, better. So during this time, the mental illness have really gone high. So a single piece of advice from you for all the people who are listening to us or who will be listening to us in the future. So one piece of advice from you, what would you suggest them?
I would say to all the people that since it is, of course, it's a lockdown phase when mostly all of us are facing isolation to some extent or the other. At least we cannot be in the same number of circles we used to be. Okay? So that's true. You are out of that circle. You have a very small life these days. But if you are getting so much time to think and think and think, and so once you have so much time to give a thought of all the things that has happened to you or you wanted to happen in your life, use it in some productive way. Stop giving yourself a destruct structure and stop making yourself think of something that might result onto a bad thing. I would tell you, someone I have seen. Of course, there has been so many suicide cases. Even to my in my circle, I've seen people. They have attempted suicide. I would just say it's life is life is not that small and not that less special that you would just call. You can just count on to so many reasons and then decide to just end your life. It cannot be that short. It cannot be that fragile. So life is beautiful. I know you are having a down phase in your life because you have got a time in lockdown to think so much and adversely think
True.
so much. Realize that thing. Anytime you're facing any drop in your life, just take a back and think, is it what you have been thinking through all your ages or is it happening only now? If it is happening now, this is not your identity. This is just a momentary thing. जैसे हमारे
True.
टीचर के टर्म्स में ढूंढती फ्लिंग एक वन फ्लिंग जो आपको होती है affection होती है, you cannot call it
Right.
a love. You cannot decide to get married to your flings or the person you share the affection with, right? So how
True.
take this as that fling or affection. Don't let it decide who would you be in next time or will you be or not. Or will you just end your life? Ending life with no solution. भगवान ने decide कर रखा है. सब जाओगे ऊपर. Take a time and live your life. Live a life when after you people will talk about you in a manner कि dude she or he has lived a life. They have constructed a life out of their parents' thing. They have constructed an independent life. So try using this lockdown in making and thinking everything that you want to all your hobbies. You can just plant all your hobbies. To all the entrepreneurs who have been thinking of planting some business, this is the best time. To all the actors and models who have thought of giving them a chance, start building your life, start building it, start coming in shape, practicing. Everything's online now. Don't end your life, please. That's a stupid thing which anybody would do. Like I can expect a child doing that, not a adult like you people. That's it.
Thank you so much, Soumya. And to add on to this, I would like to, say a few words. So correctly said, most of the time in our life, we always, हम भागा दौड़ी की जिंदगी जीते हैं, ठीक है? पैदा हो गए, स्कूल चले गए, कॉलेज चले गए, नौकरी कर ली, शादी कर ली, बच्चे पैदा कर लिए, फिर बच्चों को बड़ा कर लिए, उनकी शादी कर ली, हम बुढ़े हो गए, मर गए. So
True.
this is the entire circle of life. And इसी
Ordinary.
भागदौड़ में ordinary. So इसी भागदौड़ में हम क्या करते हैं? We always run after some or the other things to achieve it or to focus on it. But during the entire cycle or the circle of life, we always talk in our mind, काश मेरे पास टाइम होता तो मैं ये कर सकता था, काश मेरे पास वक्त होता तो मैं ये कर सकता था. If I would have time, so I would have done this or this in my life. I would have given a turning point in my life. So I think
Correct.
this lockdown is the best way or the best time,
To
calm,
utilize.
be patient, to utilize, to realize and self-analyze that, boss, I have lived this much of life. now I want to live in a different manner altogether. How to improvise yourself. See, life is all about
True.
improvisation, grow.
Also, someone I would like request all the viewers that how you have watched our both of us talk about this sensitive topic. But if you people have anything to add on to, or if you people have any questions, please put it in the comment box. We'll try to answer one or two before we leave, at least. Else, you can connect us privately in our Insta profile, and we can surely talk about anything if that's disturbing you that much. So, someone, can
Absolutely.
you check if you have any comments which can?
We haven't received any comments yet. So we haven't received any comments yet. So would really appreciate all the viewers who are watching us. Thanks a lot to all of you, because without you, this session would not be so interesting. And I hope that some people would have got some or the other insights what Somi and I have discussed on the entire session. And whosoever have any kind of questions, do reach us out. You can DM me or Soumya, or you can call us directly. We are
Or your close ones.
open.
So you can talk to anybody you
Yes,
want to.
absolutely.
Exactly.
Guys, I would like to tell or suggest everyone one thing. It's not mandatory that you should, when you have any kind of stress or something, you should immediately run to an expert or a counselor. First of all, talk to somebody who will not judge you. It may be your friend, your family member, your loved ones, whomsoever.
Anyone.
Talk, talk to them first. Still, if you face problems, then reach out to the experts. Talk to a professional. You can reach out to us. So we have expert team of counselors, psychologists, psychiatrists, life coach, motivational speakers from all across the country. And we do have people like Soumya and others who are promoting us, who are inspiring us even. And I'm truly grateful to Soumya for sharing such a beautiful story about yourself, and sharing all the insightful views towards mental health. So thank you, Soumya, for joining us today, and hopefully we'll be coming live once again in the future.
Sure, sure. Thank you, people.
Thank
For this.
you. Take care. Bye.